Hey, give me a second here, because if you've ever sat down at night, turned something on, and felt like the sound just didn't match the moment, this is for you. This is the Beosound Stage. You're the kind of person who notices when things are slightly off. You don't need the loudest setup in the room. You want clarity, presence, and that feeling that everything is finally working together the way it should. And honestly, if you're still using TV speakers or a basic soundbar, you already know you've outgrown that phase. Before we go any further, check the current price and availability. This is one of those products where stock and pricing can shift without warning, and you don't want to circle back later wishing you'd looked sooner. There's usually a moment that makes it obvious it's time to upgrade. For you, it might have been dialogue you kept rewinding. Or action scenes that felt flat instead of immersive. Or music that never quite filled the room. Switching to this changes that instantly. You feel it the first night, not weeks later. Once you leave weaker audio behind, there's this unexpected relief. You stop adjusting volume constantly. You stop apologizing to yourself for good enough. Everything sounds intentional, balanced, and confident. Picture this at home. Late-night binge sessions where voices sound close and real. Weekend movies where the room feels wider than it is. Casual gaming that suddenly feels more cinematic. Even everyday content, news, YouTube, background playlists, feels richer and calmer at the same time. It doesn't overwhelm you. It surrounds you. The performance isn't about numbers. It's about how space opens up around you. Sound moves, but never feels forced. Bass is present, not boomy. Highs are clean without being sharp. Once you get used to this level of control and depth, everything else starts to feel unfinished. If you're even slightly interested, don't wait for random price jumps or limited stock situations. This isn't the kind of product that gets cheaper when demand stays high. You might be thinking you need separate speakers or a full system. That's the surprise here. You don't. This handles more than you expect, with a refinement most soundbars never reach. It blends into your space visually, but sonically it owns the room. And here's what catches you off guard: you feel different owning it. There's a quiet pride every time you turn it on. It feels considered. Built. Like something you chose carefully, not something you settled for. Sound finally feels three-dimensional. Dialogue stays clear at any volume. Music fills the room naturally. Movies feel immersive without effort. Design looks timeless, not trendy. It's not the cheapest option. It expects quality content to shine at some point. You stop comparing. You realize you already know which one you want. Every time you look at something weaker, you come back to this feeling. Don't let this turn into one of those upgrades you keep delaying, then regret later when prices rise or availability tightens. If you're ready to experience sound the way your space deserves, check the current deal and make the switch with confidence.